quick question. Do you have systems in your business or just a bunch of processes disguised as systems? Because there's a big difference between the two. If you're feeling stretched too thin or like everything falls apart without you, this might be why. Hi, I'm Kayla, the ops architect and founder of K's Virtual Solutions. I help agency owners streamline the back end of their business so they can finally scale without burnout. And today we're unpacking one of the biggest misconceptions I see, thinking you have systems when really you just have a list of steps or processes. So a lot of agency owners that I talk to, they have some SOPs maybe stored in a Google Drive. They have some ClickUp boards or a project management system set up, and maybe they have a few automations. But they're still constantly asked questions by team members. They're chasing updates or they're stepping in to make sure the work actually gets done. So that's a big red flag that your systems are lacking, because while processes are helpful, they're not going to free you. So if you still feel like the glue in your business, if you're always in the weeds, what you really need is some clearly defined systems. So think about it like this. Here's a quick test to tell the difference. If it has a clear start and end, it's a process. So think of a hiring process, for an example. What would be the start of that process? Finding the need to hire someone. So expressing the need to hire someone. And the end of that process, you find the person you're looking for and that person is hired. So hiring that person would be the end of that process. So processes are step-by-step actions with a defined beginning and a defined end. So other examples might be onboarding a client, sending an invoice, launching a campaign. There are steps that are involved with completing each of those processes. And a system, on the other hand, is what connects those processes into a larger functional flow. So systems are made up of many interrelated processes, some connected, some not, but all are ultimately working together toward a bigger goal. So think of a process like a recipe. Maybe you're making your grandma's famous peach cobbler, got an awesome recipe that she wrote out for you. And then the system might be the entire kitchen. You're standing in the middle of grandma's kitchen. You know exactly where the pots and pans are. You know where the utensils are. You know where to get the butter. Everything's organized. And she really hates a mess. So you know that everything's going to be in the same spot where you need it, when you need it. That would be an example of a system. So on the other hand, in the business world, a good example might be your lead nurturing process. So process might look like this. Send a follow-up email after the discovery call, add the lead to your email list, follow up in 7 days, share a case study. It's clear, it's documented, and it has an endpoint. But if no one knows where to start it, where to find it, or who's responsible, it doesn't help you scale. So a lead nurture system would bring that process into a larger operational flow. It ensures the process happens reliably, consistently, and within a structure your whole team understands. But here's the key. If you don't have the process mapped, tested, and working, you're not ready to automate it. So don't even think about running a bunch of automations until you have your processes and your systems clearly mapped out and running and ready to go. It's easy to want to jump to automation, but skipping over systems is like pouring gas on a messy kitchen instead of cleaning it up. So at KVS, we help clients build clarity first operations, which means we map your processes, we document them clearly, we test them with your team. Then and only then do we look at streamlining or automating those systems. Because systems they're not about tools. They're not about the latest tech and integrations. They're about structure. So if your structure's lacking, everything else is going to crumble around it, essentially. So if you're starting to realize that your business runs on a few scattered processes and a lot of hope, you're not alone. You're not behind. You're one smart system away from scaling clean. And in my next video, we're digging into exactly how to map out your processes the right way, so you can build systems that work even when you're not in the room.